We need to talk about campaign stuff and what's going on with Kamala. The most amazing flip-flop yet. I mean, all of the flip-flops have been pretty spectacular, but now her, and not through her, because of course she won't talk to anybody, but her campaign, and this was through Peter Doocy, from her campaign to Peter Doocy and then out to the masses. The Harris camp says there's not going to be any push for Medicare for all.
Oh my God. Another flip-flop.
Total flip-flop.
What is this, like the 6th or 7th thing that she's flip-flopped on?
I mean, she basically doesn't believe, or claims to not believe, in any of the policy positions that she once held.
Mm-hmm. Right. But let's go ahead and elect her. That'll be a grand idea.
Right. Let's support her without knowing what she actually stands for.
Exactly.
But
people are such sheep.
I think we should take her at her word. And that's why we've got a little bit of a flashback or two about Medicare specifically. Here is the first one. And it was
my interest is in you clarifying your position on health care.
Sure.
I'm wanting to know if it's private option, Medicare for all, some combination, and could you tell me the details of that, please?
Absolutely right. And I am in favor of Medicare for all. I believe it is the best option.
Yeah. Get rid of private insurance. I'm sorry, I didn't see who said this, but they were like, pivot! Right. It's so her. That's her. All the time.
So her. Mm-hmm. And she co-sponsored with you, Bernie.
What do you got?
His Medicare for All Act in 2019. She was a co-sponsor of it and stood up in front of a crowd to tout this exact same plan. Here she is talking about it.
And I am proud to co-sponsor it. It is about saying that this is about a right, not about a privilege for a few. And let's be clear, it is not only about what is the right thing to do morally and ethically. It's also smart in terms of the fiscal impact. Taxpayers will benefit. You know, our friends in the private sector, they talk about all the time. If they're asking about, are they being efficient? Are they being effective? They ask that question with 3 letters. What is the ROI? Return on the investment.
Mm-hmm. When do we ever benefit, biatch?
Oh my God.
I'd like to know when the taxpayer ever has benefited. Somebody, like, I'm serious. I'll wait over here. When does that ever happen? When they say that, you know they're lying. There's lies coming out of her pie hole when she said the taxpayers are going to benefit. Okay. Whatever.
We never do.
Meanwhile, like billions and billions going to Ukraine, you know, and like every stuff that they have spent, like just no accountability on the money that they have. And she has the audacity to get on a stage and say that we taxpayers are somehow going to benefit. Oh my God, that's rich. Really, really rich, lady.
You guys remember, I think it was yesterday where we played that ad. It might've been Monday that we played the ad that, like, about how strong she is on the border and how she's going to do everything that Trump couldn't do. So and she showed, there were all kinds of pictures and little clips of different people that she was using to act like they support her. One of the sheriffs in California who appeared in that ad is not happy with her. And he's saying he doesn't endorse her. She did nothing to stop border crossings. And he appeared, I don't know if it was a podcast or if it was a news program, to say he didn't like seeing his own face and the friends and the faces of his colleagues in an ad that they do not, of a candidate they don't
He should sue her.
Support. I would love that.
So for me in law enforcement to see my face and image along with my law enforcement counterparts being represented as standing alongside Kamala Harris was truly disheartening. We do not support Kamala Harris. She has a history of not supporting law enforcement. She's not supportive of a secure and strong border. It's evident when we have untold amounts of fentanyl cartels right here in my county that we have worked to dismantle, along with human trafficking that takes place up and down the state of California, right across the border. When she was the attorney general, that could have been secured. It wasn't.
Yeah. This is the thing. He should sue. I'd be like, you don't get to use my image, my likeness, and your campaign for your benefit. You don't get to do that. Totally. I would lawyer up. He should do it.
Oh my God, it would be so great.
Wouldn't it be?
By the way, tomorrow, because we're taking Ella on the road trip to North Carolina when we drop off my son, she is going to be drugged. She's getting like
You're getting her doggy barbiturates.
We're getting a little bit of settle down medicine.
Nothing wrong with that.
In the morning. And if we have to hide it in Rough Greens, that's what we're going to do.
There you go.
This is the best stuff, you guys. This is what she gets with dinner. But I'm thinking about just sprinkling a little bit of this around and on her sleepy time pill. This is a green powder for dogs, and it was put together by naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black. He is the founder of Rough Greens, and he is focused on improving the health of every single dog. This decision to try Rough Greens might just change the life of your dog because it's got everything that they need to support healthy joints, a shiny coat, their energy levels. It's got all the vitamins and minerals, digestive enzymes, omega oils, antioxidants, probiotics, all the good stuff that a lot of the dry kibble just doesn't have. Because dry kibble, it's got preservatives and stuff. I'm not saying it's bad for dogs. It just, they need more than just dry kibble. And this is what it brings their dry kibble to life. Plus, you'll notice benefits. I mean, you'll notice like a better, shinier coat. You'll notice better breath, more energy. You'll notice all those things, and your dog will love the taste. Our dogs do. You can also try it for free. You can get this size, a Jumpstart trial bag, by just visiting roughchicks.com, RUFF chicks.com, roughchicks.com. You can get your free Jumpstart trial bag. Do it. Your dog's going to love it, and you're going to love the differences in your dogs. And then there's this flashback clip of her talking about illegals not committing as much crime as like citizens or something. And the inappropriateness of her laughter in this discussion is so freaking weird. And again, this weird is the word that she uses, her campaign uses for JD Vance, Trump, whoever. But just watch this.
Right, I'll tell you, having done the work I've done, it is our undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime. So let's get our notions together about what we're talking about.
And it's so funny because we actually have trolls in here today complaining about our laughs. And you're okay with that crap? Congratulations. You're psycho.
Oh my God. Wow. I mean, at least we're actually laughing at appropriate times and not when we're talking about illegals committing crime. I mean, that was freaking crazy what you just saw.
Yeah.
She is. She's
laughing because she's psychotic.
She absolutely is. And when she's not doing her psychosis out like that, she's hiding. This is what she's doing. Her entire campaign, she is absolutely hiding. And she's hiding to the point where now she's even not taking with her own assigned press pool, as Peter Doocy reported yesterday.
New tonight, as the presumptive nominee, Vice President Harris is supposed to travel everywhere she goes with a protective press pool. We just learned that she left her press pool behind to attend an event at Howard University yesterday. We've reached out to her office. We are awaiting an answer back from them as to why she didn't want a small group of reporters documenting her trip across town.
Well, she is terrified.
Yeah, she's terrified. Right. But kind of to the point of, was it Shannon Bream said it the other day? I think it was Shannon Bream.
Yeah.
Who said this is a great tactic. It's a great strategy. It's working, and they should just keep doing it. Because people on the left are so freaking stupid that they're like, okay, we don't need answers to questions. We don't even have questions. We're fine because we're lobotomized sheep. Okay, yes, ma'am. May I have another? We don't need policies. Schmolicies. Who cares about that? She's a woman. She's got lady parts and she has melanin. That's all we care about.
And it's such a display of a lack of self-respect when you don't even care that your candidate doesn't care about you enough to explain what she's going to do to change the country or what she's going to do in the country or for you. Right. She doesn't care about you. Yeah. She just needs a script. She's going to pretend like she likes y'all in her scripted speeches, but answer a question? No. Present a policy? No. Tell the truth? No.
Yeah. And
they just lap it up.
It's the same candidate, Mop, who had a 30% approval rating before the media transformed her into something that she's not.
And
they buy it, hook, line, and sinker. They buy it. That just makes you dumber than a stick.